Okay. Hello, people. How's it going? I have been working on a thing. Hopefully the music's quiet enough. I can't actually hear. Let me actually pull it up on my phone so I can double check that I'm not blasting people with music. Let's see here. Hit the buttons. All the things. Okay. I'll mute my mic. So it turns out it just wasn't picking up at all. So that's great. I gotta wait for this to catch up now. Hold on, guys. It's gonna be great, I promise. Jesus, the wait time is so long. Hey, that seems okay. Maybe do it just a bit more. Okay. Ugh. Stream delay is fun. So, what I'm doing today is I need some reason to talk out loud about my D&D stuff, and so I have things all pulled up. Yeah, I'm using World Anvil to keep track of everything, which is, you know, paid. It's a little expensive, but it's okay, because it does help, like, a lot. Okay, anyways. I've decided that the music is good. So, yes, I've been working on this for several months now, and so I have a lot of stuff, a lot of different categories. I need to work on my timelines, work on the history of the world still, but most important thing is to get my, what's it called? The map ready. Right, so this is my map of the Northern Hemisphere. And so I need to lay out, especially this Kingdom of Elandros, because that's where the party is right now. I need to lay out all of what's happening over there. So try to get it all within the frame so that I can get things put where they need to be. Make it looking nice and pretty. spent several, well, not hours, several minutes setting up a thing for my laptop to be able to stream. So I can use my laptop as a drawing pad. Let's see, that was the wrong one. There we go. Get that. Over here, because I have this. I need to paste in here as well, because I have... It's gonna work. No, it's not. Okay, so then we're gonna need to do a snipping tool for that as well. Then we're just going to superimpose this over the other one and turn down... What's it called? I don't know what it's called. The only word that's coming to my head is viscosity, and that is not opacity. That's the word. Okay, so let's see if we can't get this lined up approximately. Looks like I have moved the text since I did things. Anyways, so what I want to do, have a new layer for this, have some pretty text, and some, like, better borders that aren't, you know, just sharpied in, basically. So... what we're starting with is to go to here, and I want to get rid of the text here, because it's going to bother me to see this part twice. I don't like that. So just gonna get rid of that before I turn the opacity down, because that's just, I can't deal with that. Anyways. Go. Come up here, and then I think these country borders are gonna be in red. Not that brush. That one might be okay. Whoa. Let's see. So I need one that I can make really small. I think it's just gonna be that one. Okay, and so let's see. I think I'm going to make country borders be a different color than the internal borders. If that makes any sense. Words. I can word. Oh hey, look, someone's playing Counter-Strike. Anyways, so right now the party is in Frostmoor, just, you know, right there. And essentially the thing that's going on is I made custom characters for all of my friends who are going to be in this campaign, and so these characters are waking up with no memory of the last 800 years. Oh, I should mention, anybody watching, if you are actively in the campaign, you should not be watching this. Like, at all. You should go away. Anyways, so characters woke up in a crypt in Frostmoor, which is, you know, my underlined, and they have no memory of previous 800 years, so they're waking up and they don't even get to know their character sheet. They essentially start and all they know is their race. They can kind of guesstimate their age. They don't even know their class. You know, it's kind of intense. It's a mystery going on. I'm enjoying it so far as I can tell. The players are enjoying it, but you know, are they going to tell me if they don't? Don't know. Anyways, so I'm going to start by hitting a nice red border here where I'm wanting these borders to be. Let's see, that's not thick enough. I up that size a little. Try 3. Let's see. Why is... oh, the flow. There we go. That's a lot better. Okay, so... drawing, focusing, doing wonderful things. So, I have things all mostly written out for the world itself. All of my world building. But I do not have, like, the finer details figured out, if that makes sense. Like, I really need to make banners for each of these little areas and for the kingdoms and whatnot. So they are important to some degree. It's just, you know, it wasn't the first priority. Okay. And for the most part, a lot of these borders are following natural rivers and stuff. Oh, and the way that I got this map in the first place was through a generator online. And I kind of just generated not hundreds, a few dozen maps, and before I finally got one that I actually liked. Let's see. Not the ocean, that doesn't matter so much. So, now we've got this lovely map going on, and this is just the northern hemisphere of the world. There is actually a whole southern hemisphere that is not involved in this campaign, but I kind of realized as I was finishing up all of my countries that it didn't really make sense that the southernmost part in the world is warm without there being an equator nearby. So then I kind of doubled the size of my world, which is it's a big task. So for now I'm ignoring the other half of the world, unless I just happen to have ideas. My hand is sticking to my drawing pad, so I'm going to grab a sock so that it can glide, you know? That'll work. Clean sock. I promise it's not feet smelling. That's better. Okay, sure. Yeah, so far, this country that I am working on right now, this is the human country of Elandros, which is, you know, partially based on the kingdom of Alethela in Brandon Sanderson's books. I kind of stole the way that he has the 10 princedoms, because I just really liked that, and I like the idea of having a ton of conflict and stuff. And I think that, you know, it's a nice even number to have 10. Anyways. That's a crooked line. So, yes, Elandros, 10, like, sub-countries, basically. I don't exactly know what to call them. Provinces, states. States would probably be closest to what people would understand. And so, party starts out in Frostmoor, which is the largest state does encompass all of this Arctic area up here. Like, that line isn't going to be there in my final map. It's just kind of there because generators do generate. Anyways. I don't know if I should outline the outside in black. I feel like that's too strong of a color. I kind of want like a deep brown. Let's see. Oh, I have one there. Let's desaturate that some and that'll be good. What's that? That's a bit better. Okay, we'll go with that for now. Okay, and so Frostmoor is, you know, for its name, in the Frostlands. They are heavy fur traders, fishermen. It's very Nordic country kind of idea. And so these people are also the generational keepers of the crypts. Yeah, actually, I think that's too dark on that color. Here. What colors do I have? Whoa, what the heck is this? That color might be good. This is confusing. I've never used that one before. I guess they took away the basic color library, so that's great. Oh, you know what? Why don't I just pick up this color and make it a little different, you know? Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so, as I was saying, Frostmoor, generational keepers of the ancient crypts in basically the land that the party is waking up in. Which one was I using? Not that one. That's the one. And so, the party wakes up in one of those, you know, and they started out having a puzzle that they had to get out of, and that was difficult for them. Gosh, these... You know, every time I think I make an easy puzzle, then my friends come along and they prove me wrong. So, that's great. They're definitely the type of... The reading comprehension is piss poor. But I think it's just because it's audio and not, you know... Reading. I think puzzles are a little bit easier when you can actually see them and not having somebody just describing shit. Anyways. I probably don't need to draw all of those. Those aren't actually that important. Especially not right now. But this outer edge is... What was I saying? Oh yeah, the crypts. And their bad puzzle solving. So the first puzzle that they wound up having to do, which wasn't even supposed to be a puzzle at all, they just kind of made it a puzzle. Is, you know, they wake up in this crypt and they're not all in the same room. They're in the same dungeon, just not, you know, right next to each other. So they kind of have to look around the room that they're in, try and decipher as much as they can about who they are, where they are, what happened. Because each room kind of gave hints to their nature and what they were doing before they got locked away. Which I can actually pull up the map of that dungeon once I finish this little line, because I'm gonna need to put it into my world anvil to save it for later. Indeed. But yeah, so it started out with quite a few characters. There was the Dragonborn, there's a human, an elf, a cursed tiefling, which I will have to explain because it's bizarrely complicated. And then there was the crowd control character who is ripped straight from the Wandering Inn. She's really just there because some of the players starting out were very unruly and would interrupt all of my story. So you couldn't get like a single sentence out without them interrupting and just being jerks. They are no longer there, in case you're wondering. That did not work out very well. So now we no longer need the crowd control character, and I'm trying to figure out a way to get rid of her. But she comes from the Wandering Inn, so I just stuck Belliviere straight into my story because it made sense at the time to have an in-world way to get the players to shut up and listen. Of course, now that those two aren't here, everything runs so much smoother. You know, it's crazy. Crazy what happens whenever you don't have the guy who was insisting that you're a communist. Now, that's a whole story in itself, though. Okay. I'm on the right layer, aren't I? Where's my mouse? There it is. Yes, it's all on the same layer. I was getting concerned, because the red is, like, over this one that I'm drawing with now. I don't know why. Okay, so that's got through the basic characters, right? So none of them know their names. They're just kind of waking up. Imagine Dragon's song, you know? And more lines. Thinking and drawing at the same time is kind of hard. Oh, I missed a red there. Hold up, let me do that real quick. This needs to go all the way out. Go. Swap back. Yes, no memories, no names, so they kind of had to come up with names for themselves based on what they were seeing in this first little dungeon area, which, I mean, some of them turned out alright. So one of them named themselves Rot, which is the elf, and so he comes from this land to the south down here. Actually, the Protectorate down here is where he's originally from, the elf. And he's one of the most complicated characters in the campaign, because he's technically two people. So his whole backstory is, let me preface this by saying all the characters' backstories are interconnected. They're all very complicated, very hard to separate, so it was kind of a pain in the ass when two players left and one of them was so important to the plot that I couldn't just get rid of the character, so I have to try and RP as the character without giving things away, which is harder than you would think. they go by in the story. One is Magnus Crane, and the other is Elian Sylvanthar. And so his whole story is, he's an elf, essentially like an elf prince. He's like one step below the king of the elves, because his dad is the king's brother. So at a very young age, he gets kidnapped and taken off to... Okay, I'm explaining this badly. So I am thinking too hard about this. Okay, trying to think of how to explain this because my brain is not working. I've been working too much today. Get some drink. Okay, so let's see here. Essentially what had happened is that, it's not gonna make sense at first for me to talk about it, but I promise it'll come back around. So, in the world there is a rage disease that is going around. It's basically, the manifestation of it is a red smoke that causes people to have intense bloodlust. It's a curse that comes from gods Sirik and Talona, and so the elves, being wise in medicine, have essentially, at that time, were trying to what's the word? Is that brush not doing what it's supposed to do? Because my pressure's very low. There we go. Anyways, so they sent an envoy off to human lands of Elandros. The carriage carrying the envoy it's basically the Duke and Duchess of that place down here. The Mithrandor Protectorate, which is where they resided and took over those two the elf family. Fuck words. And so, being magically good at medicine, they are sent to human lands to try and help them with the rage disease. But upon arriving to the capital, the carriage is opened to reveal 2 dead bodies and no sign of their infant son. So, Duke and Duchess were murdered, and they seem to have died of disease. So then it becomes a war between humans and the elves. Humans say the elves brought the disease in. The elves say, well, you murdered our political leaders and kidnapped the child. What really happened is that Talona had killed them and taken the child to raise as a priest under her control. So, he's raised as a plague priest, which is it's interesting. I kind of had to make all of it from scratch. It was something alright. Let's see. Lysoria is Landros. I'm pretty sure, yeah, the textile ones will make them purple. That makes sense. silky stuff, right? Anyways. Oh, Plague Priest is his actual class, and he's, it's a subclass Cleric. So he is very much, you know, groomed to be this perfect champion for Telona. She's kind of not exactly protective, but possessive, I think that would be the right word. She doesn't exactly get a whole lot of followers, being, you know, goddess of disease. Doesn't really do a whole lot for your reputation. Let's see. I do want Iron March to be kind of red, so I'm gonna shift this up here. A little bit more, there we go. Iron March is the home for smithing in Landros. Anyways. Show, groomed by Telona to be priest, but he still has his original name kind of like branded to his soul, which is Elian. So over time, depending on the choices of the players, he's either going to awaken fully as Elian or as Magnus. And so it's very much a double thing, I guess, to say. It's very much up in the air. So far, they've been choosing good paths, and, you know, they just saved a whole bunch of children. So he's been slowly getting more memories of Elian through the goddess Sarenrae, you know, goddess of redemption, who has chosen him as, you know, not really target or victim. I want to say project, but that doesn't feel like the right word either. So she is trying to help him realize his true origin of being, you know, from the elves. But he gets conflicting visions and dreams from the two different goddesses. So I have the next dream lined up for him that is from Telona being all possessive. I wrote that the day before yesterday. Let's see, what color would you make like a swampy land? Probably like a brownish, right? Yeah, that'll work. Let's see. I will need to go back through and put in these rivers, so I don't want to do anything too blue. Where was I talking about? I can't remember now. Something about Elian and Magnus. Anyways, so the goal of the party, though they don't exactly know it, is they are trying to revive Sirik, who was killed like 800 years before the party awakens. And so they kind of step out of the crypt, and all they're told is that they need to go off and gather artifacts. And that the next steps will come. that hasn't gone over very well yet. It's looking good. Let's see. Get like an icy color maybe? Wait. I'm gonna just go straight up to complementary to that and do the Frostmore. Wonder if I can just paint bucket. So you want it to be. Whoops. Get rid of that one. Huh? No. Maybe. No, fuck. Shit. There we go. That is faster, for sure. Okay, get rid of that. Icy blue up there. That's too dark, honestly. Make that a bit lighter. There we go. Where else do we have the capital. There's the scholar people, the horse people. What was Hornvale again? I do not remember. Coastal. Oh, that's the demon one. Let's see. Something really desaturated for them would work. Let's go with kind of like a yellowish, maybe? I think that'll work. No, actually, that's more like the color of old pages, which I think would work very well for Scholar Place. I realize I'm like not explaining things very well at all. It's a very complicated plot, I'm sorry. There we go. And the horse people is there. Possessed people. Something kind of menacing. We already have a purple. Is this the same color? No, those are... You can differentiate those, I think. Should go back to explaining plots from before they got locked away to make things make a bit more sense. So there's quite a few different kingdoms, and there's a lot going on politically across the world. Just here. So I already went over Landros, the Elf Country, and let's see. West of Elandros is this one called the Goldstone Federation, which is basically capitalism incarnate. And it holds all of the Dragonborns. Or drakes, whatever you want to call them. Let's get a darker green. About something like that. Fine. Kind of like the color hay, I think. That'll work. Okay. Horse people lands. What was I saying? I keep getting lost in my own thoughts. I don't know. Different lands. It's complicated. Oh. Yes. The Drake people. There's a country of halflings that isn't as important in this campaign. Let's see. There's a country that is a theocracy, so it's religious based, and it's on the other continent, which that continent has like a lot more racial variation, that's the word. They're not all like singular race per country kind of thing. And so, let's see. Theocracy, which is run by, you know, churches. So that's what that is. There's the Tiefling country called Drasmir. And there's the country that is called Falmaris, the land of undying craft, which is one that I am actually pretty proud of. It took me a long time to concrete out that idea. And essentially, that one in particular is run by a necromancer. I don't exactly know what kind of undead he is, because in my head it's a wraith, but in D&D a wraith is something different. He essentially just looks like Withers from Baldur's Gate. And so in that country, they use undead labor. So that's why it's the undying craft. Because, you know, they don't have to worry about a whole lot of, you know, working the fields, doing whatever else, because they got undead for that. Who needs to work in fields? And then there once was a country where the dwarves come from. It's, you know, mountainous, home of the best smiths in the world, as, you know, racial profiling, dwarves, whatever. And it was actually wiped off the map. So dwarves are kind of really rare. And the only ones you see are ones who were foreigners. But, you know, that also happened a long time ago. Okay, we're ready for text on these. Let's go back to blue, make that darker, more blue. That'll work. And we want a script that looks old. Yes, Comic Sans, that'll do. Let's try this one. Yeah, there are no dwarves anywhere on that country. I thought I saw one that was Gothic. Gothic? No. Something that looks old. That might work. There's the one I'm after. Make this bold. Go. Where'd it go? There's. Do I spell that with an E on the end? No, I don't. start at the top. I got lost in my head again. There's no space, and it's 2 A's. Okay. There we go. And this one is weird. This country, I mean. And I don't want them in the center because I want to add crests to these. So let's section this one. Oh, that one. Okay. Going to rasterize our text layers. Combine. And this. I'm going to turn down our saturation. Did I put a space in that one? I can't remember. No, I did not, and it's all lowercase. Third March. That's not the right one. Valorand, which is the place of scholars. It's not a very nice place, though. They're kind of mean. Yeah, they're, wisdom is a privilege, not a right country. So, only those who have coin get to learn. I don't think that's gonna fit in there. It is also the smallest. Sure, yeah, there's that. Yeah, I don't like that. I want a straight line. This one, there we go. Oh, that's way too thick. Oh god. Turn down the heavy pressure. Let's try that. And that's too thin. But yes, it is heavy pressure. Let's try 2 then. If I actually aim it correctly, that is. Let's do it there. Valorand. I don't like how that looks. Let's try it out the front. That'll do. Okay. I don't have this one. Hornvale. This place is cool. I don't know if they're going to go there during this campaign, but if not, they can always go in a later one. Hornvale is essentially the leader of the place made a deal with a demon to grant his place good fortune. But he did not specify, or well, he like traded his soul for it, right? And so he didn't specify when his soul would be traded, which, you know, average demon deal is after 10 years or something. No, it was immediately. So the leader of the town just up and died out of nowhere. But hey, we have really good ships and shit now. And nobody's seen the Lord of the Realm in quite some time, but it seems we don't really need him. Anyways, so it's like a moral dilemma for the party if they do show up there, because the curse is slowly killing the people, also. So it's basically, do they save the people and cripple the economy? Or do they let them continue living as they are, even though they are all slowly getting sick and dying? Yes. Comes out with, demon battles and whatnot. I think it's fun. I'm excited for it if they do go there, but I don't want to get my hopes up. Oh, this other one, Verdancy? It is a, it's a fun place too. So essentially here, because there's a succession war going on in Ilandros, essentially the king was assassinated and there's been a succession war going on for many, many decades. And so the king that took over after that king was assassinated, which is essentially the king's nephew, took over and became the new king. He died young in war against tieflings, so they went to war to try to avenge, dead king. There we go, that's looking good. Fucking words. Yes, so died young in war against the tieflings. And so, since then, he was married to an elf named Calavriel, and she disappeared like 2 generations before. Essentially like 100 years or so. And so down here in Verdancy, some rando guy kind of just decided he is the successor to the throne because he is Calavriel's child. In reality, she doesn't have any children, and he's not even an elf. He's not even half elf. Nothing. He walks around with wax ears to make him have pointed ears. So he somehow has gained a political following despite being completely incompetent in like every way whatsoever. It's great. It's so great. Okay, let's look into Frostmore again. I can't remember what I made. Is the thing. Thorncroft is the capital, so we need to write that out. Let's do that real quick. It's fairly far south. Just throw this on here. Second. Another layer. And we're gonna do our capitals. I don't want them in red or brown. Let's do like some really dark blue. Okay. Let's see here. We'll be fairly far south. Northern Crypt up by there. Okay, that'll make sense. So, these orange dots, that's supposed to be like road systems I'll have to draw in later. So what is capital of Frostmore? I should have made that different. Circle, perhaps? Circles. There you go. That'll work. Just a little. There we go. Text. Capital, which is photograph. Let's see if I can copy paste this. I can. Look at that. That'll work. Rasterize below. I think I actually need to go back one. Oops, that's not right. I need to get where the description of the thing. Ancient stone, skill challenges, clues, descent, village. Let's see here. Silver stag. So that's not right. I don't know why it says that. I think I changed it because I didn't want the same as Skyrim. Let's see. Go back here. Let's go back to this one. Frozen Lake, Arrival. Anywhere where I have the description, because I could have sworn that I have it as like a wolf head biting down on something. Silver pendant, wolf's fang, almost. Yep, Emmerich Thorn is the High Lord of Frostmore. Let's see, got our responses. Anywhere that I have a description of it. No. Maybe under the High Princess? Let's see here. Officers, strategic, ghost demeanor. Let's see. I'm hungry. Legendary House Thorn's Banner. Well, I guess we'll just make one up. So we want a wolf with an open mouth biting onto some kind of thorn. Let's see. Start with a shield shape, and I'm just gonna swipe from one of these. Okay. Go. I can't see where I'm going. There we go. Shield. Perfect. Let's move this up here, and then we'll fix a little weirdness. Eraser. That's too big. Sound a little. Look a little less weird. There we go. That'll work. Get that line back up. Okay. So then, a wolf, an open mouth. I kind of want it to be facing towards the side. Or what if it wasn't open, but like clenched down on like a thorn branch, maybe? So, you'd have what? Let me do this in pencil first with a different color. I don't like that pencil, actually. And that's not non-existent. Okay, never mind. Guess we'll just do it with darker pencil. What the fuck is that one? That's... never mind. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I have trouble doing, not light pressure all the time. So, let's see. I'm just gonna size this down whenever I get it in. So I'm thinking wolf, right? So I have circles with, let's skip this over. Not ran into stuff. And you'd have snoot, right? Ears up here. You can just see the tip of the other one. You'd have neck going off, and then we'll probably just have to leave that kind of jagged, right? So, we want it to be angry. Let's go in with a red. Make this a new layer. And we're going to come in here with kind of simple-ish details. Right. So, our nose. Then we want it to kind of be a snarl of sorts, just air. I don't like that. Have it then down. Yeah, because then you'd have your teeth in here. Just like 3 on each side. That kind of work. Let's see. So you have like some fur going on. So I wouldn't want it to be too complex, because this is like essentially a flag. Or what you'd have on shields and whatnot. Let's see. Try not to make that too big. That's too big. It's better for your inner ear. And then your other side, perhaps. To have your angry eyes. We'll have those details later. Let's see. Connect the neck out. Gonna just head down. Get some furs. Some furs up top. Kinda want it poofy. If that makes sense. Kinda a little jagged here. No, I don't like that line. Maybe a bit more jagged. Then check out. Have some more stuff. Try and go in different directions. So I kind of want this part in the back to be reminiscent of the icy islands to the north, right? If that makes any sense. And then to have come out kind of like that. That's wolfish. Okay, now kind of just colors. I kind of want this to be white on a dark background. If that makes sense. So I'm gonna go ahead and add another layer down here. Go back to our blue. Make it like almost black, like an inky blue. Take these. That's too dark. Green. That'll work. Uh-oh. OBS stopped. I wonder how long that's been stopped for. Whoopsies. Sorry. That needs to be on the layer under. Okay, you're gonna have to scale either the shield up or the wolf down. So this is kind of becoming a thing. There we go. I will combine those two. I think that'll be safe. And then I will scale it up, I think. For now. Actually, maybe not for now, because this is a big area. Move the wolf in. Scale him up just a tad. Now to come in with a white. Start drawing this out. Just making sure that OBS doesn't decide that I am not doing things. You know? I don't know why it does that. Okay. I just made your way in. See, now I'm paranoid. I feel like it's gonna stop. And go with that smaller one. Go even smaller. How's that? That will work. Okay. Just see if I can't get some finer details in here. Get I need to change opacity and flow. Okay. Yeah, actually, I think it's going to be easier to do this in reverse, and draw in the darker ones. I am on the wrong layer. Good catch. this up the lines, then I can just erase that layer instead of both of them. I'm gonna leave those for now. So one more layer. Take this background color, go back to our super fine one, double check that OBS is doing what it's supposed to. Right, OBS? Yeah, that's what I thought. Stupid program. Okay, so let's try this again. I'm kind of overthinking now. How do I want to go about this? Let's lower the opacity of that, because that's distracting as hell. I think that's gonna work better. Yeah. Okay, so that. I'm going to split that in half. Let's see here. I want some definition here. This is like going pixel by pixel. This is gonna be awful. Let's see. Do some of these. Some split in the ear. That'll work. This upper opacity and flow, and hopefully that will help. It's just too small, I think. Okay, go to half this. So I kind of worked out. And add some details in there. Go. This. Some jagged, peaky stuff. You look like it's cracked, you know? Eek. My stomach is rumbling, guys. I can't just put this out more. Combine those. Okay, go with the bigger one. Put that in. Okay. That looks pretty good. Let's see, I probably need to go back over this area with our higher opacity now. Okay, and come back through, differentiate that, little fluff, make it look a little angrier, and try and go for the inner ear over here. And then I think I need to do this part without it, because I want that a little more angular. Okay. I think I actually need a bit more white to work with over here. So let's draw this out some. And there we go. Pull this up. Okay, yeah, I see now. I see the vision. Go back to our other color. Okay, so then angry eyebrow. Crease. I don't think it's going to show up very well. Just make it into the snout. And then that goes around into the eye. Try and give him some nice, you know, winged mascara kind of look. See what that looks like without the red. I don't know about that. I think we need some more like detail down here to kind of connect it. And then go a little bit smaller. Go back to our white. Kind of get rid of these little half pixels. No, we need to do it on this layer because they're interacting. Is there a way to like sharpen the image? I don't know. Okay, I think we're just going to. I don't know. We might make that red. I think we'll leave that like that for now. And then go back to blue. And just add like almost a little something here. Break up that white. No, I don't like that. Break that down some. Smooth this out. And let's see. I think I need to get rid of the outline to be able to do the nose. I think this line is good, and I want to. This is difficult. And then kind of have a triangle there. Then dip it in a little, maybe. I'm kind of thinking it's like almost the shape of a tooth. I think that'll work because then we'll do this. And then up. Right. Yeah. That looks goofy. That's a tooth, not tongue, I promise. See here, because the canine teeth are. Oh god, it looks bad. Maybe just. I don't know. Oh god. It's going downhill fast. Maybe. We could save it, we could save it. This is totally a wolf. Oh god. Ugh. No, I don't like that line. I think it needs to be thinner. Thinner, tough. He does not have two tongues sticking out the side of his mouth, I promise. We're making a third one, so you really know it's not tongues. You can't even tell what that is. Okay, we're removing that. Never mind. Two teeth it is. Forget the three teeth idea. I think it'll be better if I don't actually make it look like his mouth is open. You know, maybe. Trying to decide if I want to have another tooth coming up right in here. If that makes sense. Because I like the idea of it, but I feel like in practice it's a lot harder than I am ready for. Okay, let's try and tighten that up some. Maybe I just need to add some more white. Oh, fuck. And extend this bottom jaw. Let's try that. So then I have some more space to work with. It's really looking like a pig right now, to be honest. Okay, let's try that out. Maybe extra space will do us some good. Yeah, okay, yeah, I think that'll even out. I'm hoping. Fingers crossed, you know? Can I squeeze the third tooth in like I wanted? No. No. Must. Let's see. Because the bottom jaw has to be kind of like open a little so you can see that it's baring its teeth at you. This is the emblem for my Frostmoor. This is the area where the party is currently at, so I kind of needed this one, plus the one for the capital are the two important ones at the moment. Let's see. I'm gonna meet up with this other one, I think. And then we're gonna separate these out into the individual teeth. Gonna work, actually. Maybe a little bit more white on this part. And then I'll go back and remove a tiny bit here. Okay. Wolf teeth? Wolf teeth? What are we thinking? Anybody? Some more white on this, because I want that to be a little pointier. And I fudged it. Okay, well. Sharpen the line. There we go. That'll work. I think from here, I kind of want to follow this point out some. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna just fill that in. I think that might be too much. We can add some more back in. Got this. Where to go from here? Jagged. Remember jagged. And I think this will follow all the way down to this one. Maybe add like something different here. I just gotta thicken that up, make a little bit more sense. Try this out. See how I like it. Maybe. I don't like it that much. Add some more to the top because I don't want to take away from that bottom part. I think the issue is just this is on such a small scale that this is difficult to put any kind of elaborate details in, and I am an elaborate detail person. And it's not looking bad, you know? Separate that a little. That needs to be pointer. Let's see here. Point that out a little bit more too. Sonic the Hedgehog ass over here. Let's move this up a little. There we go. That was down, not up. Whoops. Hello. Okay, and then I think there used to be something here to break up all this white. So if we take off from like the top here, right? I think I want to reverse this part and so make the up part white and then fill in all this in here with the blue. If that makes any sense. So I have like that. Let's go back into blue and clarify our details a bit. Go. And then there's some spiky bits leading up to there. I added too much blue. Some spiky bits. Go back and forth between white and blue. Let's see about some more. Pointies. Pointing. See, I've realized as I've been drawing that talking about things other than the drawing is really hard because my brain can't focus on that many things at once. Let's see, maybe combine it back. I think that needs to be a bit longer. And just fill that in. I think make this all darker. My opacity's still a bit off. But if I keep fiddling with it, it's just not gonna help anything. That breaks it up pretty nicely. I kinda wish this stretched out this way a little bit more. Maybe if I make this a bit taller, I can do that. Or just add some little... That works. That looks nice. Okay. Maybe like one more here even to the eye. Okay, okay. We're going a little gung-ho. Oh, that's it. That's a good one. Not that one, though. Then I think this ear part, maybe connect here, and then so you can kind of tell where the bottom of the ear is, and then stretch that out a little. And I kind of want to put another chunk right here in the center. There we go. I think that works. Start working on breaking up this big area. So maybe about there. We'll kind of connect it out. That'll be okay. Thicken it up some. Alright. And then we just need to sharpen the edges, I think. Because these are supposed to be kind of craggly. Let's see. Maybe like that. I think I need some white actually down here. Make this one kind of like different. I don't know. So I kind of want this to like. Let me actually use the line tool. Maybe that'll be a little easier to get across. Oh, that did not help me at all. Never mind. Keep this straight. Straight as I keep making it. And I want this to be thinner down here. just deepen this one. That kind of works. Let's see. I think that's good for breaking up the texture. I kind of wish I had something kind of here, but I feel like I have so many details at this point that I should stop. But I think I will disconnect this one just a bit, so I think that's a little too much going on. There we go. And go back to our white, and we can start adding in the little islandy shapes. Because that's what this is representing. The, you know, icy bits up at the top. So I want to have the icy bits be the back of this mane kind of thing. So just add in basically just specks at this scale. So almost like continuing the... Yeah, okay. Let me make sure I could see all of this in the frame. So I don't want them to just be like lines, you know? So they have some kind of shape, but not on this scale. Maybe like a bigger one right in this area. Not that. Kind of want a pointy bit. Add a little smaller chunk, like a triangle maybe. Refine that. That'll work. Down in here. Let's add like a little bean-shaped one, I think. Pointiness to it. I think that works. That works. Okay. Back to the white. Just need adding one or two more down here. And I kind of want like a bigger and longer one, so you kind of have the tapering off effect of the fur a bit better. Let's try this. Pointier, pointier. Make this one kind of notched as well. Give it a point. It's too far. Maybe. Actually, now that I kind of pull my head back, I kind of like it. Okay. I think that is probably more than enough detail for a banner. So now I just got to combine the layers, clean things up a little. What was this part? Does that need to go away? I feel like it does. Let's try it without it. Actually, I like it better with it there, to be honest. Okay, and then another thing is I feel like this needs some... Yeah. Yeah, I think that'll work. I was gonna add a thorn branch into the mouth, but I think that'll be too much for one shield. But now the shield looks derpy around that. I hope we need to fix that. And combine these layers so we can move them all around. Delete our sketch layers. And then we're going to edit this one. pointiness. I'm probably gonna scale this back down. Let me actually do that first, because that might help some of the blurry edges. So this is off center, right? So then if we scale this down a bit, and then let's see. I'm actually not liking the shape of the shield anymore. Are there any other shields that I can rip off? So I think that's too big. So I was gonna have a stripe down the middle, but I don't think that's gonna work. I think that's just too big. I think the shape is okay. I just need to really tone it down. Let's make sure. Yeah. Okay, too much. Too much. So it's like the balance of getting it wide enough without having all of this dead space down here. Yeah, because this is a lot of dead space. Figuring what to do. Erase some of these little lines while I'm thinking about it. Because I do like this top part, the curves, so it's not like a normal shield. So this is, you know, a coat of arms, basically. That you're putting on your armor, your banners, and everything. But I also feel like just cutting it off short isn't gonna work. And let me come down with the black, because I feel like that doesn't work. What if you make it kind of like rectangular? So I'm going to trace this top part up here. Oh, my hands are cold. Somebody's playing Repo. Did you guys know that? It's a good game. So, because I want this top part. I like the curve. And then if I hide that... Oh god, that looks bad. So then, at the very least, we want to have that, right? So then if I... That's too close. Undo. Put that further out. Scoot it out some, maybe? So then have this angular bit. Out. And then just have the point in. Obviously, maybe done a bit better. That just looks like a bucket. But I think I'm on the right track here. Or maybe we just add something into the bottom. Because that would take care of this issue down here. Let's see. Let's maybe explore that idea a little. So, the whole thing with Frostmourne is that the leaders are called the Thorns. So, I really wanted to incorporate some kind of thorn into it, but now I'm kind of blanking on what thorn to do. But I also kind of think maybe it on its side. The wolf head, I mean, so it's like pointing down. And that would take up a lot of space. And that would also put our little craggy bits here to the north. I think I will duplicate this layer. Copy. Hide one of them. Let's try turning it, see how that looks. I mean, it's not the worst. love it, but I don't hate it. It's alright. Okay. I'll hide that for now. I really wish I had some just suggestions or something. I don't know. I don't know what to do. How about we look up some coat of arms and see what kind of stuff is normally put in with it, if that makes sense? So these are kind of like the ones that were generated. Kind of like the idea of the diamond. I don't know what color it would be, but yeah. I think this one would be pretty cool to double it, but I think that would make it too small. Oh, that's a good idea. Having the pattern at the bottom, right? And then the thing on the top. I don't know who the guy is, but I think we're stuck on that. So for sure. So I kind of wish that I had it longer, but I think I can't decide. Oh, OBS did its thing again. Stop it, you. I'm out here showing people stuff and then it's not even doing it. Okay, medieval ones. That's what we're after. Well, I guess I could... No, it's not wide enough to put at the bottom. So the design is too wide. Let's see. I gotta keep a better eye on OBS because this is atrocious. So I don't want to leave it like that. I don't like that. I don't exactly know what to do here. I feel like the flat top is not really the way to go. I don't know. Maybe it is. So then we would have to add something at the bottom is the issue. I don't know what to add. Maybe just like the bottom part of that. See like the little triangle bit? So if we take here, and get back to that white, and then we just take that little triangle bit. What do you mean it's invisible? Oh, because that's the eraser. See? Markers and felt tips. What do you mean? I don't know what it was on about. Okay, so let's first discover our center. Right there, right? So let's step up and down. So like that. And then have it going out. Maybe that'll help. Stop it! It's fine, I'm just using white. Also realizing that because I combined the outer black line with the blue, that's looking weird. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm discovering that my shield is not symmetrical. That's what we're discovering. So let me get symmetry up and down. There's our symmetry line. There it is. Middle. Okay. So go back to the black. Then we want. Is that going to be a good size? It'll be fine. 2. Make this symmetrical, please. Okay. Drag this down. Okay, let's see about that ship. Okay, that's symmetrical. It's gotta be. And we'll do any kind of refinement work with the symmetry tool, just to make sure. Just gonna edge that slight down just a hair. That's kind of wobbly now. Undo that last one. There we go. Come on now. Just a few pixels worth shave off. And I just still want this to be pointy enough. I don't like that. Get it too thin. Just a hair off. Just a bit. Fuck. How many times did I have to do this because I just keep doing this wrong? Ah. Okay, we're doing it. I'm leaving it. It's good, it's fine. Leave it alone. Okay. So let's remove our symmetry line. Going to add a layer under. Well, let's do it over first because we want I need to copy that color. Then go here, find the other one, paint bucket. Okay. Yeah, I need to hide that. That doesn't? No, other way. No. Tolerance down. No? Maybe it's tolerance up? I don't know. We're just gonna go around the edges because this isn't working. Wrong one. And that makes it so I don't have to do it once. Haha. And I'm gonna put this under the black marks. There we go. Okay. I thought that I had it wrong for a second. Smooth this down. Okay, that looks good. We like it. We love it. Let's keep that symmetry line on for now. So I want to put that white triangle back. Maybe have it further up. Maybe. What if? me just make that thicker. Let me use the ruler here and actually straighten this out. Come down to the other side, just a bit. Too far. So, what if we just make a thick stripe? What do you think? Let's make the edge just a bit sharper, please. Somehow, that still doesn't look symmetrical, even though I literally had the symmetry tool on. And then I think like a dot down here. Just a circle, and then add smaller ones up there. That's the wrong one. Get rid of the blur. Back to this one. Okay. Got a 630. Maybe. Doesn't like that one still. I think it's because I'm using light. Here. Is that circular enough? I feel like those are kind of egg-shaped. That kind of works. Kind of like that. I think it'll work for now. And I just noticed that this is actually not all the way under there. What are we thinking? I think I've spent too much time on this one, because I have another one that I actually need to do. But I have actually described it, so I don't have to just come up with things off the top of my head. Okay, let's combine all of our layers. I'm gonna leave that layer off for now, because I don't trust myself to like it in the future. So that's those. Get rid of that one. Okay. Combine this with the rest of the words. This has been rest. Yes, it has. Combine. Okay. We'll leave that there for now. We'll move on to Veil Throne. Let's see if I can find my description for it. It's under main plot, I know that. And then it's Act 1. Let's see. This one. Go up to the top. Gleams. Party. Not soldiers. Right into view. Carry themselves with particular stiffness. Commander's a stern guy, yes. Raises a sealed scroll. They scoff at the festival with this. Yeah, decorations. So I know that I have described it somewhere. Let's see. Wind never stops. To speak unless spoken to, yes. I know it's before we get to the crypt. Spot the gouges. There's Marion Lilac. Oh, that's the word I need to remove. Should not know her name yet. That is Cedric's wife, who's dead. She's being haunted by her ghost. High perception. Here's some narration. Okay, fires are built. Fire lit for you in the distance. I swear this described. Where did I put it? I could have sworn it was like right whenever they got introduced, but I didn't see it. It's not the dreams. Okay, let's look back at the top. Buildings. Ready to sit. Oh my god. Sun disk split by a sword. Wow, look at that. So, let's get... we need a shape. This has some different shapes. Ooh, that one would work. Have the sunset at the bottom and then the sword hilt point end right on the edge. I kind of like that. I'm going to copy that in just to take the shape of the banner background. That's actually a pretty good size too. Just do that. Get out the black for the background. Is this gonna be small enough? That will be fine. Okay, let's go with our symmetry tool. Move that down here. Center. There's a nice ruler, so that you make our lines good and straight. Cut out down to the 90. Okay. It's not quite 90. I think it'll be fine. Up there. Not quite. Okay, let's add some more depth over here, and then I can erase what I don't want. Same with the center. Eraser. Let's see. Too big. Oh, 2.5. Okay, now I really hate that the top one is big. Okay. So I never use heavy pressure, so it's a pain in the ass. Let's try this. I don't like that. Let's try and go back over it again, maybe. Yeah, actually, what if I... No. Under the ruler there's a circle. What if I use one of these? That's gonna probably be a lot easier. Right? A bit bigger. So I touches both of them. The right intersection. Start with the eraser and get rid of that bit that I don't like. I can go back in. Make a nice curve. You just need to kind of connect it and get rid of the little edge bits. Here. There. Making it pixel perfect even though it really does not matter. Okay, and then we can get rid of that one. Come down here. Make this sharper, so that is a nice edge. Ooh. Almost. There we go. That'll work. Nice. Okay. So then... a sun glyph, I said. Right? Anything here? Sun disc split by a sword. Okay. What does a sun disc look like? I'm thinking like a rising sun. Oh. Why did I say that? I don't like that. I want like a half sun, you know? But this is pretty good. One. I think it's got too many spikes. But that's a good idea with the interlocking triangles, and then the circles are gonna be pretty good. Okay. Let's see here. Back to here. We're gonna be using our circles from the first part. Then I'm just gonna cut it in half and then move it. Okay. No, that this way. I feel like 73-degree eclipse feels wrong somehow. I don't know how. Wait, what? That's the wrong one. The other one? Get out of the way! Stop it! I think we need to get rid of our symmetry for now. We could just move it. Need to be different colored. So let's put this one back out here. And then, cause this whole area is like red tints, right? Red, oranges. So let's go up like that, maybe. Okay, let's try that. Oh, nope. Oh god. Lower tolerance, please. Okay, well, that didn't do what I wanted. Let's add that circle back, and maybe if I do it around a couple times. There we go. Make it smaller. Our symmetry line. Let's actually make this another layer so I can move it around. A little darker? Oh shit. Just trying it like that. Well, that's just a nipple. Alright. Maybe? Nipples aside. It's not looking terrible yet. We're really gonna need a symmetry line to be able to do all those triangles. Start with another layer. I'm definitely gonna want it like as fine as possible. Start with our yellow. Can I do like a radial symmetry? Yes, I can. So I can only do a quarter of it instead of having to do all four. I also need to line up all 4 lines, and that's the hard part. Whoa. Okay. Okay. What if... add some more. I feel like 8, maybe. Right? I think that'd be okay. You bring back out our ruler. Then we can place this on the line. The other one going like there. We got a yellow, right? Yes. That is too thick. What are you thinking? I think I want this behind the other one, that's for sure. What if we rotate this to be in between them and then add like a darker one? If we take this center color maybe, and then add a second triangle. So then have it intersect with the center of the first one. Right. Let's try that. Why is my opacity bad? Get up to speed. I think that other one was bad too. Okay, yes it was. Alright. I see why the lines are so chunky now, because I was using my mouse for that instead of the pin, like a dum-dum. Oh, that's huge. Okay, but I think actually having these lighter lines on the top is going to be better, and I screwed it up and didn't put this on another layer. Let's have to redo them. Right? Why isn't it doing it? Should we go over? Okay, that's weird. This is behind the other one, so I don't have to worry about. Okay. I think I see why there was a third triangle now. Because it would be a little longer. And then it would start in the same intersection of both of them. So what if you take... Well, I can't do this outside color, so what if I do the third one, maybe? Third color? Do a little different from the two? We want to intersect right where they can join, and then try this. Maybe? Just like some little ones. So those need to be doubled. Okay, I see. I feel like those are too fat. I feel like that color isn't different enough. What if instead we outline both triangles and have it be purple. Oh no! It keeps doing that. Oh my god. Wow, look at that, guys. I'm dumb again. Whoopsies. Hello there. Well, that sucks. Yeah, I'm working on coat of arms for my D&D world. I finished a wolf one and now I'm doing a sunburst, and the sunburst is somehow harder than the wolf one. Trying to decide. I think I will outline this with black and do it like super thin. Bring back out my ruler. So the issue with OBS is I have a really bad stream delay, and I don't know how to make it stop doing that. God, that's pixelated. I want that on a different layer, actually. Because I don't want to have to erase all that. New cards are drawn, new hands are played, newcomers play so bad. Let's try this, maybe. And then wizard, devil gift, the odds are cast anew. Symmetry. Yeah, I kind of got too much into the world building and wound up doubling the world size because of air currents and shit, basically. Because I was talking with Hyperbirdie, the, you know, nerd for weather, and decided that actually I do need my weather to make sense, so all kind of went downhill from there. Let's get rid of this symmetry. That was not the symmetry one. Give it back. Where'd it go? Give me the circle back. It's in the way. Okay. Jinx. What? Move it up. Okay. There we go. And then if I come through with my eraser and just scoop off these little chunky bits, should be okay. Okay. I don't know if it even needs the sword, honestly. This is looking good. Well, shit. It'll be there for next time. Because I think I put high latency since I wasn't sure if my internet was going to be good enough. I wonder if I can actually change that. I bet it's in the YouTube one. Stream settings. Yeah, that is not something you can do while it is live. That's okay. What am I doing? Something. I don't know. I need like a sword to reference. Actually, first, let's combine those layers and scoot the whole thing over. Yeah, the whole premise of this campaign, though, is I made a custom character for each of the people playing. They don't know their characters, they don't know their backgrounds, they wake up in a crypt, they don't know their name, their class, their level, nothing. So they kind of have to wander around and figure things out. I'm trying to decide if I want to put the center circle in or not. I like that, though. Oh yeah, what do you think of my wolf one? That took so long. Entirely too long. Anyways. Let's see. There's like a blur bit here, and I don't like that. There we go. Damn. I turned music up because it was so fucking quiet that I couldn't hear it on my phone. It's okay. See, this is why we need professional streamers to come in and tell us that we're fucking shit up without knowing it. Okay. Let's see. I just need to decide background color, and I think like a really deep red is gonna be cool. Put that between the two layers. Pull out my paintbrush. Oh yeah, that's gonna be it. Maybe under the line. Shit. Fuck. Oh god. It's fine. Why didn't I just use the paint bucket like a normal person? Ooh. To overbuild yours. That sounds cool. Yeah. See, luckily, all the people who are in my world are all at work, so they don't get to see me doing things. The main one to worry about is Bronze, because he's too smart for his own good and just figures things out too fast. Let's see. Yeah, but background for characters though, one of them essentially caused a world war, another one made the world war worse by being cursed to have, you know, bloodlust, and he got cursed to have bloodlust by a third one in the party. So they're all like very interconnected, and so it's very difficult when one of my players decides to be a jerk and blow up the entire world, basically. Okay, let's size that down so it fits in the country. You know, they're not countries, they're more like states, but whatever. Those are the only two important ones at the moment. Ugh, I'd probably actually move that around because that is going to be in the way of the capital. Try right there for now. Keep the same dark for their capital because it's on the border with this other one. Which is basically just the capitalist dragons. That's the wrong layer. Should be this one. Yeah, cool art, hell yeah. I can't remember what I named this capital. Countries. Yeah, for building worlds though, I definitely recommend World Anvil, because holy cow, this is really helped. Wait, what? Viltron is the capital. So wait. Oh, there it is. That's the name of the city. And then we need the text. Paste that in. Size it down. Maybe not that much. It's kind of hard to read that. then we rasterize the layer, combine the layers. That makes all our words combined. Veoria. Okay, well, let's see. How long have I been going for? Boom, boom, boom. 2.5 hours. I'm going to take a break real quick and go and get some food. Because I am hungry. So I will be right back, guys. Don't worry about it. Alright guys, are we still alive in here? I've returned with garlic bread. Mm. Okay, get our right screen back up. Oh, somebody messaged me. That's crazy. Let me spell things wrong. Excuse you. Right monitor is not supposed to go black. I don't know why it keeps doing that. I don't even have my tech person anymore. He's off busy being a good person now. Alright. So those are two, like, important ones. I think from there, the main thing I want to do is kind of blur out the names, or get rid of the names of these other ones. Because, you know, I want to give them the map of the area, but I don't want to give them the map of the entire continent. Combine all our layers. It's looking good. I'm liking it so far. Let's see. I think for now, I'm gonna take a break from doing all this. Actually, let me save this, because I have yet to save this. Desktop. Where's my... it's under downloads. Put it under here. That'll work. And we can pull up this. The other thing that I was working on was character sheet. Let's see, this one. So I need to... I might actually restart it because I just kind of, I did the wrong thing. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, no, I think that'll work. I don't actually like the strength stats for this, though. And I need to write out this guy's background and add him into the... where'd it go? Player characters. And there's one to remove. Let's see, can I just... how do I remove things? Let's see. How do I delete you? Advanced options? No. Let's see. Oh, up here maybe? There it is. Delete the character. Now we need to make a new character. This will go under player characters. Go. Pull out his name. Eric Sparkforge. Now, I'm not too sure about this guy's race yet, to be honest. Because right now I have him as a dwarf, because it kind of made sense to me. Oh, hello, Star Fox. Well, it kind of made sense to me that, you know, this guy, he's an artificer. And this is being made for Riley. And I mean, it made sense to me that, you know, artificer who's going to be making guns, cars, you know, that kind of stuff, would be a dwarf, because, you know, the dwarves in this world, in pretty much every world, are, you know, making stuff. But I also kind of had in mind that he would be from the island up here, which I'd had to really zoom in to get the name of it. Or maybe it was... I originally put it as this one, but I think I was going to switch it to this other bigger one because it made more sense. And so, the importance of the island is that it is where one of the characters' wife is from. Where's that? I don't even have it written down. God, I'm so great about putting down details. It's around here somewhere. Let's go back to... I have to reload the page to get that back. Player characters, and this one. Why do these have a crown next to them and this one doesn't? I don't understand that. Let's see. I don't want ones with words, thank you very much. Double checked OBS is doing what it's supposed to still. So I'm really divided on whether to make this guy a dwarf, or I haven't really decided what race the island people are. I mean, ideally humans, but I feel like that's boring, and I don't want to have another human in the party. I feel like a variant human wouldn't be terrible. I don't know. Okay, so let's get my keyboard back out. Trying to think. So no, Dragonborn definitely wouldn't be the right race. I was actually kind of thinking about a gnome as well. So I just kind of like the idea of having a little guy. I mean, dwarf makes the most sense, though. I don't know. I still need to figure out a way to incorporate them into the story as well. Let's see. And then for the actions for things, I'm actually going to go through and words. From Critical Role, there's one of the characters in the first campaign. His name Percy. So I was going to go through and take his attacks. Oh, it's done it again. I caught it that time. Anyways. See his character sheet. See, I don't know. That's kind of also what I wanted to do, is just make him straight up like Percy. And just do gunslinger fighter. Maybe it's called a pepper box. Let's actually look in here and see. See what this does. See if we can't do a subclass for fighter and make him a gunslinger, and see if that works. Okay. I know there was a way for me to just to just see all of them. And it did again. I saw it that time, immediately. I hit enter on a thing and it just hated it. Okay, so that didn't work. It doesn't like the gunslinger. Let's try another version. then I have this. Try and see what this one is. No, it's the same one. Sources button. Ah, oh, there it is. Also get more using get additional content bookmark. Okay, that's what we're after. Uh, uh. Mm. Okay. I don't know. Mm. Allow. See what this does. Search for character sheet. Okay. Oh, okay. Get the Blood Hunter class. Science on GitHub. Slink. Let's go get that class. Whoa, that's a lot. Raw button at the top right. I don't see that button. Raw? I don't know what that means. Website with nothing but text. I don't see that button. I don't know what it's talking about. Oh, let's find the gunslinger, because that's what we're after. Okay. Oh, I see. Third party? Okay, so I'm wanting the class ones. That's written. Automatic Mercer. So it's the one that I'm after. I think this is it. Let's try it. Okay. And then want to come all the way over and figure out this one? No, I want misfires though. Oh. Yeah, I'm not buying shit. Fuck you. Just races. Oh, these would have helped. Spells. Subclass. For fighter, yes. Okay. Subclass for monk. Uh, let's see. It's the Blood Hunters. Hmm. There it is. The fighter subclass. That's the one we are after. Okay. Is that doing it? Whoa, it's lagging. Come on. Give me. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Yes, I am human. There we go. Mm. Somebody battle master enhances player style. Trick shots to be more useful. Uh-huh. The creature is a significant threat. Rapid repair. Mm. Okay. So then that is the one that we're after. So now we just need to figure out how to add it, which was over here. Search manually. Official coast tab. We'll need the top package. We might add that one too, so that might help us out later on. Data. Filters. So content of a tab. Download the raw JavaScript file. So we want download. Oh, look, raw file content. It is raw. Thanks, Gordon Ramsay. Follow this guide for adding scripts on. Okay. To the website. Okay. Go ahead. Step 2. Character record sheets are newer. It's at the bottom of each page. Let's see. Bottom of each page. Show here. Oh god, that's tiny. 13.2? That should be enough, right? Because it says 12.9. Open it. Bookmark page. So then we bookmarks. I said add. Get more content? No. functions. Add extra materials. Import a file. The downloads. And then apply changes. Does that mean that it's there? So then, let's see. I don't know what it's going to be called. Guildmaster's Guide. Dungeon Master Guide. There it is, yes. So it's there. Let's see. I do want the pistol added in though. And the bullets. Oh, they're modern. Okay, and then the Renaissance. So then choosing the buttons in the exclude elements section of the dialogue. Where? And to the source books. This dialogue. What do you mean? Oh, exclude elements of the source books. Okay, I want to. There we go. Okay, Renaissance bullets. Okay, and then the weapons. Then I think the hunting rifle was good. We want the pistol. We'll add musket, revolver, and he might make a shotgun? I don't think so though. But the laser ones and the automatics are not gonna be there. Armor, smoke grenade. I think that's it. Any feats or anything? Elf subraces, 3 subclasses. I think that'll be good. Just hit apply. So then, there we go. 8. The class is fighter. Subclass gunslinger. Apply. Hey, my music ended. There we go. Okay, what was his name again? Merrick Sparkforge. This one's for Riley. Then, can I look at the backgrounds? I was hoping it would bring up. Whoa. Let's see. Okay. So now I need to zoom in quite a lot so I can these. Oh, forget it's not like that. Anthropologist. Archaeologist. Celebrity. Say watch. Let's actually go back and look at that character sheet. What background? Firearm proficiency, gunsmith. My feet are cold. Holy cow. That's some high HP. Okay, so I do want to keep track of these. Those are important. So fighting style, farting style. Ugh. Okay, anyways. So, no background. Haunted one is the one that I'm leaning towards. Knights. Mage, marine. Not a noble, that's for sure. A lot of planar philosophers. Cultist, pirate. Ruined carver. Secret identity. What the hell is it? Okay. Tickle belly nomad. I don't even know what that is. Okay, so that's the bottom. So I think out of these ones, just the haunted one stands out to me. Okay, so that's gonna give you 2. So it's not gonna be dwarvish. Let's see, you'd learn abyssal. Cause you're dealing with the demons that murdered all the dwarves. Let's say elvish, maybe? Or draconic. I don't know. Is there a language specifically for the undead? I'm not sure. Can I look that up? Spell it right. There's no undead language. So, based on that, I'm gonna just go with Elvish then. Capitalize. Okay. Close. And you are a dwarf. Woo! Let's see. Mountain dwarf. Let's see. The tools, we need to add the gunsmith, I think. Well, it's got the Tinkerer's tools. Regarding tools, okay. So... I think we'll do Smith then. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Then... let's see. Two attacks per action. Hmm. So then... so we just need to roll his stats. Which is... either 4 or 6 d6. I can't remember. Let's see. 4d6 and drop the lowest one. That's what I thought. So 13. I need somewhere to write these down. Start and just sticking them in somewhere. We can change them up as we go. Add another one. Drop that to 11. Do it again. 14, so that's 12. I'm gonna keep it at 14 now because that's fun. Dexterous little dude. Because this is like an overpowered run. So I think we're just gonna stick with the 4. So that's 16. 2. Let's see. Intelligence or wisdom? I don't know what's needed for the gunslinger. This, well, that helps. So you want Dex to be the highest. Okay. So let's put that 16 there. Put the 14 here. So 13. Put that there for now. Ooh. You made it's different for different levels. Let's see this. What does this do? Well, that helps. Three 16s, two 14s, and a 15. I think I'm gonna go with that first one. So 3 16s, 14, 15. I think 13 makes sense for charisma. And then for a dwarf, it doesn't make sense to have only +1 strength. Right? I feel like that's better. Why does he have 20? I don't understand that. Sorry. Gain proficiency with firearms. Okay, so that's just there. Okay. Still firearm and draw another thing. Object in direction on my turn. Oh, okay. Stow a firearm and draw another. Okay. Okay. +2 to strength, +2 to constitution. Wait. I mean... Yeah, okay. I see. So I think because of the class, you'd also have the dex, and then you're proficient. Well, not heavy armor, medium armor. And then you'd have what? Chainmail or scale mail, I'd think. Scale mail? Let's look at the chain shirt is 13. I think the other one. Okay. Just for funsies. No, that didn't do anything. Okay, so... let's look at this one again. Oh, I closed it actually. 75. Is that adding these up? Can't tell. Yes, it is. Okay, well. What's that? Let's see. Well, what is the average? 74. Okay, so yeah, it is the adding up. Okay, I see. That seems good for the very first. one. And my calculator. So puts him at 91. That's a 7, not a 1. Okay, I think that makes sense. Okay. Let's see here. Because from here, I need to figure out how to add in the other stuff. Okay, so got the weapons on there. It's good with all armor. That's a well, I guess because he's a dwarf, that adds the heavy. Okay, probably need the attacks, huh? So that's what I was missing before, and it made everything really confusing. Let's go and actually take that from, see if we can take that from Percy's character sheet, because I don't actually know. No, it does not look like it. I need to get that fighting style in here somehow. Is that... class features? Choose fighting style. Choose feature button above. Features? Oh. Oh, I see, I see. Okay, so then... How do you put that in, then? I don't actually know. Skills, senses, that's like your dark vision and stuff. Class features? No, that's the same one. Choose feature. Oh, this one. Fighting style. Definitely archery. And then trick shots. You want... I think the disarming one's going to be helpful. Let's see. Do they have the kneecapping one that's in... No, they don't. I think we'll do the... So you can have 3. So then... Features. Piercing shot, violent shot, that sounds cool. Just to do piercing... And... Yeah, one more. I think Deadeye is the good one. Where are those at? Trick shots. Where are they at? Where's the descriptions? There it is. One, two. Hello, party people. I have returned. My dad was having me help him move roses. Let's see, we want the right screen. Okay, back to character sheets. Put this back to all chat. Can see, even though nobody's talking anyways, just in case. Alright, what else do we need to choose? Search, firearm proficiency, the grit, gunsmith, drop, create new ones, access the crafting. Okay. Wait, GMA 2. Okay. Only one grit chip used. Quick draw. Okay, there we go. I think that is that one. Anything else? We need to do the feats, wherever those are at. Background feature. Ah, Heart of Darkness, I see. Okay. Racial traits is there. Equipment. Here's the feats. Now we are going to take these from this one. The sharpshooter is definitely one that we're taking. S is M-O-P-R. Sentinel. Sharpshooter. How many feats do you get at level 8? I'm pretty sure it's just the one. So you have 2 at level 8. Okay. So that means I screwed up the other ones. So you should have one more. I think maybe alert. Fortitude, you're already a dwarf, you don't need that. Gift of the Chromatic Dragon, Grappler. Noble. Magic Initiate. Observant would be okay. Piercer. Prodigy. Skilled. Let's see. Caster, weapon magic. None of these really stand out to me. I think I'll probably... What is Gunner? Oh, yeah, no. Let's see. Actor. I think I'm just gonna go with alert. That seems like the most useful one at the moment. Oh, and it did again. Jesus Christ. Why is it doing that? Where'd my stream go? Bruh. Device not connected. Primary monitor? There it goes. I don't know why did it do that? That's so weird.